Let me tell you a story that changed the way I see life forever, and it all started on a crowded train. It was about 6 years ago. I was 21, fresh out of college, and completely lost in life. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was just drifting. Half-hearted job applications, sleeping in, pretending everything was fine when deep down I felt like a total failure. One evening, I was on my way home from yet another job interview that I knew I'd bombed. I was exhausted, emotionally more than physically. I found an empty seat near the window and sat down, staring at my reflection in the glass. I remember thinking, what's the point? Nothing ever works out for me. Next to me sat an old man, maybe late 60s, with kind eyes and a gentle smile. He must have noticed the look on my face because he asked, "Rough day?" I don't know why, but I just opened up to him. I told him everything, my failures, my fears, how I felt like everyone was moving ahead while I was stuck in the same place. He listened quietly, nodding here and there. He didn't interrupt me once. When I finally stopped talking, he looked out the window for a moment, then back at me. And he said something I've never forgotten. He said, "You know, son, do you see that tree over there?" I looked out and saw a big old tree by the tracks. He continued, "That tree didn't grow overnight. In fact, for years, nobody even notices it. But under the ground, its roots are spreading deep and wide. One day, when the roots are strong enough, the tree shoots up, taller than all the bushes that grew fast but died quick." I just stared at him. He smiled again and said, "You're growing your roots right now. Just because people can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. And the deeper your roots, the taller you'll stand when it's your time." I sat there in silence, letting that sink in. It was so simple, yet I'd never thought of it that way. I was so busy comparing myself to everyone else, I forgot that sometimes the quietest seasons are the most important. The train ride ended, but his words didn't. We never exchanged names. I never saw him again. But I went home that day feeling something I hadn't felt in months: hope. The next few years weren't easy, but every time I felt like giving up, I remembered that tree. That image of invisible roots spreading underground kept me going. And little by little, things changed. I got my first job, I learned new skills, I met new people. My confidence grew. Today, when people see me, they see the tree. They don't see the nights I cried alone. They don't see the rejections, the confusion, the doubt. They just see the branches. But I know the most important work happened underground. So if you're listening to this right now, feeling lost, feeling like you're falling behind, I want you to remember that tree. You might feel invisible now, but your roots are growing. Trust that your time will come. And sometimes the best advice comes from the people we least expect, like an old man on a train who reminded me that growth is often invisible until one day it isn't. So keep going. Grow your roots deep. Your branches will reach higher than you can imagine. If this story made you think or gave you hope, share it with someone who needs it too. And remember, your roots are growing, even if no one can see them yet. See you in the next one.